What I'm trying to do is teach you about the terms and the terminology and the typical ebbs and flows of the way the market works, right? So this is going to make you make better, educated, and more high probability trades. Now, oil's taking a big old downturn, right? So where oil formed this big demand zone up here, right? After it's been trending up. We based literally all of last week within this range. And plenty of time for these buys. Plenty of time for sells up here. Keep clicking on lines. So now we have broken last week's low, right? So would not surprise me potentially if we get a retest. I think that, again, the sell is gone on here too. The sell would have been at the break of 76.83. Pretty strong trend being formed in here to the downside. So just be aware of that. And so if we get a solid break to the upside here, if you do take a buy, I'd probably close out majority of the position at 76.83 and then let a runner go, see if it continues up. Otherwise, we could be hard trending down on oil today. All right, so technically the conditions for a buy here are met, right? We had a downtrend and we broke the trend line. And we've came down, we entered the band, which is right here. We re-exited, we broke the trend, right? But we're continuing down. But why is it then continuing down? Because we had a break of a major zone. So we have had a breakdown of a major zone at 76 that has then pushed us down to here, right? Because I'm sure there were buys mixed into here as well. So the point of these calls, right, is where we build the context and the location of the market, right? And so you can only focus on A-books when they happen. And so what the point of these calls is to set you up with the analysis and the context to take A-books at the appropriate moments, right? And to take them, when they make the most sense and when the conditions are good. If we're looking at the indicator, if we're looking for A-books, okay, the lower band is down here at, what is that? 88. All right, so here's where the lower band is on the indicator. In the upper band, I think we're riding it. You see how price on the indicator, if you look at it, the price is not entering the band, it's riding it, right? So these are already not great conditions to look for A-books, right? Because the price is just riding the band, but it's not pushing enough through to exit it. Is that by accident? No. The market, the market makers know what we're looking for. All right. They know what retail is looking for. They're looking for a place for volume to spike through and liquidate some sells, right? Because most moves come from liquidating some sells at the top, right? And making sells enter in that are above us right now. But price is moving so slowly to the upside, right? And it's just inching up, that it's not getting outside that line, that we're not seeing any big volume spikes. So for me, very clearly, I'm looking for any pullback today. Either a failed breakdown or any pullback, either down to VWAP or down to London low. I would look for on NAS. All right, so it'd be the same thing here. What I would love to see is a clearing of 75.87 here, potentially for it to come up and touch the weekly, and then a re-entry will likely provide us a nice leg down. So there's not too many minors far and few in between, because again, we're just trading in this range here, but we kind of have obviously a little mini shelf right here too. And so if we took a sell off of 87, right, or if we took a sell, you could get, if you get aggressive, again, when you get aggressive with sells and buys, you just have to be competitive with your stops. So if you take a sell, assuming that we're going to push off of the weekly, which again, you can do, If you take a sell, assuming that we push off of the weekly, again, you just have to be competitive with your stops and put your stop out here. Again, it opens you up to more risk, but if you give it a little bit of time, you might not get quote unquote as good of an entry, but you give yourself a higher degree of confidence, right? All right, but the first minor is up here at 27.94, and we don't know if this is a major or a minor yet. There has been some resistance off of it, but price has also busted through it historically. And so we're going to have to wait and see, honestly, where price decides to slow down. Now, if we draw a trend line, right? So on this longer term here, it's not a great trend, honestly. Right now, it seems like it's more of a channel than it is a trend straight upwards. And so what I would be looking for on gold is a very clear break of this trend line, but at the same time, we're not at a minor yet. And so I'm looking likely at us now to stay inside of this order block. All right, so the new low right now to get us down to the lower band would probably be right here.